guys, it's Josie with Two Sisters Homestead and welcome back to my channel. So today, yesterday my sunflowers, I found out that they came up and I was super excited and so happy. If you don't know something about me, I love sunflowers. They're one of my favorite flowers. But they are so beautiful, you guys. I just love them to death. I planted quite a few over here in this watermelon bed. And I just wanted to talk about a few little fun facts about the sunflowers. So one of the first things that I've learned, that I had learned back in the day about sunflowers, is that they follow the sun. So whenever they are facing, they turn towards the sun, and their stems can go all the way like around. So their stems don't have very many like cells and stuff like that in them, so that they're able to turn, which is really cool, because it's like, what does that? Like, it's just so cool. And it goes to the sun and things like that. If you hear people say that whenever it's a cloudy day, they face towards each other, that's just a myth. It's not true whatsoever. It's just a myth that had been going around and things like that. But they do face the sun. So wherever the sun goes, that's where your sunflowers will go. So the sun is over here on this side, and my sunflowers are making their way around to look at the sun, which is just something cool. And it's kind of like, oh, you know, you can tell that they're really living organisms and stuff like that, because of the simple fact that they're able to turn to get that sun that they need. Another good thing about sunflowers, and another fun fact, is monarch butterflies. They attract so many monarch butterflies. It's crazy, you guys. It's so cool how it can do it. It also attracts different things like bees and different butterflies and things like that. If you want a lot of pollinators in your garden, then try the sunflowers, because I have always had sunflowers in my garden. I always have bees and things like that to help pollinate my garden. And as you all know, you have to have bees to pollinate some of your stuff unless you want to go out and hand pollinate. I personally don't want to come out here and hand pollinate every little flower that I have. So a sunflower is a good way for it to get noticed that, hey, come to the garden. So that's really cool as well. So another fun fact about sunflowers are that they are a sign of positivity, which is really cool. And I know anytime I see sunflowers, it brings so much joy to me and just makes me think of so many good things. And I can literally, this is no joke, you guys, I can literally sit out here and look at these sunflowers and just dream all day. It's just amazing. Even when, before I grew them, I would get some from the store around the fall time, and I would put them in my house and just love them. They bring me so much joy, so much happiness, and I'm so thankful that I was able to grow them. The next fun fact about sunflowers are that they are native to North America. So not very many people know this, but they are native, and it's just a cool little fun fact just to know where your plants are coming from. One thing with heirlooms specifically is that you are able to know where they come from and like their heritage, let's say, of that seed, which is really cool. Also, sunflowers don't just come in the traditional yellow. You can get red sunflowers, you can get orange, you can get yellow and orange, you can get burnt orange. There's all different kinds of colors that you can get now with sunflowers. I have yellow, and then I also have some of the burnt orange colors, which is really cool because it's something different. Not everybody has that. And it's just something about those colors that really gets me thinking about fall and what I want to do for the fall. I'm already getting to my fall mood, you guys, and I'm so ready for it. And these sunflowers help me get more prepared for that. Another cool little fun fact is that back in the olden days, people would use the sunflowers for different dyes. So they would use like the yellow leaves to dye different things, and then they also use some of the stems for different dyes to dye different things that they wanted to dye, which is a really cool thing as well. I didn't know that they could do that, but maybe one day I will be able to try it. Another fun fact is that it helps with your soil. So sunflowers, they have a deep-rooted system, and they will go down and help aerate your soil. But not only do they aerate your soil, they also will, like if your soil is contaminated with like, I don't know, different aluminum or something like that, then it takes that into the root system and it helps it rid your garden bed of it, which is really cool as well. And also, since it does have those long roots that goes down pretty far, it also helps with watering. It makes sure that everything gets watered and make sure that all the other roots that you planted it with are good and be able to get down there farther as well. Also, a really cool thing too is they're good companion plants with certain things. So as you know, sunflowers can get pretty tall, and you can also plant stuff around them. So sometimes you can plant things around them that might need a trellis, so it can trellis up the sunflower instead of, you know, on the ground or having to have a different trellis for them. But so that's really cool. And also they're just great companion plants. I've always planted these like somewhere where I'm planting something that don't get very high, so then they can grow up, and then, you know, it can cover and then whatever else I have in the bed can cover up the soil. Also, these are good for shading your soil, so if you need something to like have like kind of like a cover for your plants, sunflowers are a good thing to do because they shade those plants up underneath because they get so tall. If you have enough of them, then it can shade that area. But I just thought these were some fun facts, especially since my sunflowers came up the other day. So I was like, let me talk about this with you guys. But let me know how you like this video, you guys. Please like the channel and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.